Hey, scrapbook friends, it's Nicole, and I'm here at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Rafiki's Planet Watch in the affection section petting zoo, which is what today's layout is about. Just as a happy coincidence, wearing my kind of patriotic red, white, and blue outfit. Got some background noise going on back there. Wow, these particular little animals are going to be in today's layout. This cow over here, which I don't think you can see, but I'll move. It's gonna be in it. This little guy right here. And then of course the little sheep and stuff that are back here. So thanks for tuning in. I did record this a few days earlier than I usually do, but it really turned out fun. I'm super excited about where the inspiration came from, and it went together relatively quick for me for as many layouts, many pictures. I think we have 19 pictures on the layout. I don't know. Anyway, stay tuned, have fun. I'll be back again with you next week. Thanks a lot. Hey, scrapbook friends, here we are with our week 38 layout here on the 4th of July. This is the affection section at Rafiki's Planet Watch. It's like a little petting zoo. I was able to use On the Farm, which is a fun collection that for someone like me who pretty much never goes in nature or anywhere near a farm, this was great to be able to use. And I love the place that I got the inspiration for this actual layout comes from a surprising place. So stay tuned and find out where that is. So the next pictures we have are from the little petting zoo out at Rafiki's Planet Watch there in Animal Kingdom. I have some fun pictures. My daughter loves the animals because, you know, they're cute. And as I was flipping through these before I started recording this video, kind of thinking about what I might want to do, I remembered that I just last week did a album flip through of this family reunion album from 2012. And one of the layouts I did in here was this one. I didn't have all my lights on last time, but it had kind of these circles, these little squares. It has a lot of squares and circles. And so I thought it would be fun to use this layout as kind of my inspiration. So what I like to do when I have an inspiration layout that's from another book, or that even if I see it online, sometimes I like to draw a little sketch of it. And I think I've done this before. So I'm just going to draw a quick little sketch so that I don't have to keep this out where I can see it the whole time I'm trying to scrapbook. So I really miss this being cardstock because, you know, I used to use that cardstock for a lot of things, but now I can just use it as scratch paper. So I'm just going to draw. I know you guys can't see everything. Sometimes I use grid paper, you know, like graph paper, but I'm just going to kind of draw this out just to give me an idea of what I want to do. So here I've got two squares right here. These look like they're about 2-inch squares to me. And this was here, and then this was 3 pictures down here. And then I had a title, and I had a little stripe here and a stripe there. And then kind of this wide stripe, the 3 circle. Oops, that's too big of a circle. Hooray for erasers. 3 circles. This one all the way across. This was taller. This has a horizontal picture, a circle, a little square, and then I had a stripe, a square, a rectangle, and I think I might actually take my ruler and measure some of these just so I know kind of what the measurements are going to be. So I'll keep this close in case I do need to refer to it back, but now I can just use this and it will take up a lot less space on my very crowded workspace. So I have a whole bunch of pictures, as you can see. I don't plan to use them all. However, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pictures if I want to do that many. I think this one could be a cute one with the circle. Let me grab my circle patterns, and that 3 1/4 is probably like the inside blade right here, the inside of the red blade. So that one's going to work perfectly for a circle. I don't know about that one. This could be one of the 2-inch. It's a little 2 by 2 square. I don't know about this guy. This is other people. I don't know if I care about them. I'm just going to kind of go through, and here's her with another animal. That could be a circle. That could be a 2-inch square, maybe. Maybe, oh, either one of these. I think she fits better in that one. There's a little horsey. Oh, there's 2 of them I can choose. All these are the same. Here's one of her Snapchat ones, but I don't know if I'll use that. This guy's little. That one could be a 2-inch. That could be the circle too. That could be a 2-inch. That could be one of the big ones. Oh, look, I'm in a couple of them. No Katie, apparently. Katie's kind of a germaphobe. This could kind of be a 2x2. That could be a 2x2. Not that one. All right. So, and then I thought, I was actually at a scrapbook retreat a week ago, and one of the girls had done a petting zoo layout using On the Farm. And of course, I do have some On the Farm. This paper was released in 2023, and like the whole collection sold out super fast. And so they brought it back in 2024, the same paper pack. I don't need the vegetable parts, but I think we can use some of the kind of the farm animal parts of it. And I didn't really pay attention to how the papers were on my layout, but I definitely want this kind of cow print. I think, oh, and the wood too. Both of those would be nice to have. This plaid. Oh, that plaid too. The chicken wire and the stripe might work. Yellow flower might be a nice contrast. This one that's kind of like the quilt pattern, I think. And maybe some of this green. I won't use the vegetables. So I think I'm going to need to create this layout on some papers, a base paper. Which paper? Maybe I'll just use this green as my base paper. I don't see myself using this vegetable stuff very much. So I could use the green as the base paper. So maybe I need to cut my photos first. Actually, I think I need to look at the inspiration layout again. After all that drawing that sketch, I need to look at the colors. All right, so this was like a cardstock, and this was that same cardstock. And then this was paper 1. Paper 1 was these little strips. And this was paper 2. And paper 2 down here. This was a cardstock. This was paper 3. And this was, oh, this was a little thing right here with the dots. And this was another paper. And then that little tag. This must have been, yeah, close to my heart paper because they had those little strips that you could cut off. Okay, so that one was cardstock, and this is a cardstock one. And, you know, this part doesn't matter so much, but it'll make it a little faster for me if I kind of I've already figured it out once. So it will save me a little bit of work. But I think that one, the whole page was built up. I'm not getting it out again to look at it. The whole page was built up. But I think maybe if I use this green for here and here as the base, I could use the cow print along this edge. Oh, and then I got the wood grain too. I love the wood grain. Maybe I'll use the wood grain for that strip right there. I could use the cow print here and down here, even though I said that was cardstock 1, and maybe up here too. I think I better cut my pictures first though, because I might need to do them a little bit differently sized than what I had in my original. So I'm going to start with my circle pictures. I need 4 of them. I thought I had picked 4. There's the little white goat, little black goat. That's once twice. Oh, there was a little horsey. Sorry, I thought I had these all already organized because I had the 2 that were up a vertical and a horizontal. Here we go. one of that one. It's about the same. I just need to look which picture I like better. Yeah, she looks cute in any of these three. I like this one where she's touching him. Okay, so to get that 3 1/4, I think I'm going to want the red blade here with the largest circle on the inside. So the smallest circle on the outside gives you a 4-inch circle, and you could barely fit 3 across. So because I want to do 3, I want to use this inside, and this is the biggest circle I can get that's not 4 full inches. If you have the sizing templates, you're welcome to, you know, position them exactly. I don't use them anymore. I probably one of these days I'm going to be sorry that I don't use them anymore, but especially with the red blade, I can kind of see exactly where it's going to cut. All right, so we've got the little pony, the little goat. Maybe we'll do this one. Although maybe I need a picture with me in it by an animal. Katie must have been in there with us because somebody was taking the pictures that I'm in. I think this is going to be great because it's going to give me lots of, this definitely has to go on because I'm using that cow print paper. I think we use that one, and that way I can be in it. I have to cut off the end of this little goat's backside, but that's probably okay too. Not the best angle. Okay, there's those 3, and I'll do this one too. All right, so those are the 4 circles that I need. And then I need the little tiny 2-inch squares. I need 5 of those. What little tinies? Done with my circle, so I can put these away. And I do love to use my ruler. I mean, I have my little templates that I've shown you before. I don't know if I have a 2-inch, 1 3/4, but for this one, I'm not going to make a template. I think I'm just going to use the grid on my ruler so I can see that that's a 2-inch square. So when I put this over it, yep, that will work. That one will not work. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Nope. Nope. Yep. Maybe. Nope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5. So let's get my personal trimmer. And I've talked about this before, how when I'm cutting, like cropping my photos down, I like to figure out what's going to be the middle of my picture. So because I'm doing a 2-inch picture, this little horsey will be easy to line it up with. But I'm going to put him so he's right on the 1, which is the halfway point. Benefit of cutting that person off. All right, and then when I want to do it here, I just kind of center it between the 1 and the 2. Actually, I'm going to go down a little bit because that's a lot of ground. All right, and then I've got my little guy all centered. Sometimes you don't want it centered. Sometimes you might want it off to the side a little bit, but it's just a good way to know that everything's going to fit in the circle or the square that you wanted it. So this one, I'm going to make sure that his little feet are down here by the 2. And this one, I'm going to cut off the worker. This little goaty guy. I think there was journaling on that page. Was there journaling on that page, the sample page? I'm going to have to get him out again. Okay, here I'm gonna go this way because I want to make sure I get his face in here. If I have to cut off part of him, I want it to be the back. And it's just behind that blue pole anyway, so that's gonna be fine. So sometimes it's hard to cut your photos down to 2 by 2, so you'd have to, you know, really know that you have the right pictures to do a layout like this. But you could always change it too. Basically, it's kind of a modified collage page, I guess, because I'm, you know, starting with paper. It's a paper collage, then I put pictures in. Okay. So I think these are the main ones that, like, were going to be hard. This one I want on the bottom. And I think that that was a 4-inch. So I think I maybe cut this down to 3.5 inches. Down at the bottom. He can go down there at the bottom. And then maybe this one. This is 3 3/4, and we'll cut it that way, 3.5. Those two can go on the bottom. I need one more. I already got this horse, so I don't want to use that one. I might use this one. Oh, I could use this one. I don't think there's any way I can do this without cutting some of her off. So maybe instead of using a vertical picture up here on the side, oops, it's still not on the screen. Vertical, maybe I'll try and do a horizontal. So I'm going to wait on that one. But I do like this picture of her petting this goat. It's all right. These guys are eating a snack. I like this one too when she's with there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is these are the pictures that I need, you know, I need to have for sure to make this layout work. And then the rest of it, I think I can mix it up a little bit. So let's go back to this. We'll start with the green. And then I'm going to do I want the 5-inch cow strip down the side. And then I'm going to want a piece right here and something up here. So I want to make sure when I cut this that I'm cutting against the grain for the wood trim side. So I think I'm going to cut right here a 1-inch strip. And then I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch strip just in case I want to use it later on someplace. So that I have a little consistency in my my paper across the 2 pages. And then I'm going to do the 5-inch piece that's going to go along the outside edge. And what I've got, then I've got a 4-inch piece that's going to be this mat right here. And I'm not going to cut this yet until I decide how wide I want it. And then maybe I'll do the farm up here, the little quilt paper, the 2.5. And I think that this is a 5-inch piece and a 7-inch piece because I like to do that. Because that can fit 2 4-inch, 2 2-inch squares and 3 2-inch squares. And then I had a little tiny piece that went right here. I'm going to wait and we're going to move off after I stick these pieces down. So this is the 5-inch piece that wants to go right here. And I could weld this, you know, if I was trying to use both sides of this paper. I do love this vegetable paper. I just don't have a use for it. We've tried to grow a garden a couple of times, but I live next to I don't know if it's a nature preserve or what it is, but we have a like woodland area close to us. It's got all sorts of wildlife, and we have had I live in the city, but I mean a suburb, but we've got all sorts of wildlife, and in our yard we got tons of rabbits and chipmunks. I was going to put these two. Oh no, that's going up here. All these wild animals that really love it when we plant a garden. The only thing we've been able to successfully grow is jalapenos. So no vegetable gardening for us because there's only so many jalapenos one family can eat. I want it like that. this one on. And this top space needs to be is where the title's going to go. So I think I'm going to use this yellow, which I really like. And so I know that that was 2.5 inches. I'm going to cut 2.5, and I know that I had cut this at 5 and 7, and the 5-inch piece is here. So I'm going to just do the same thing, and then I'll be able to put the 7-inch piece next to it. I don't know what I'll do with this 5-inch piece yet. And my guess is that when I created this layout the first time, 10 years ago, that I wasn't this organized. I mean, it's possible, probable even, extremely likely in any case, that I was following an idea that I got from someplace else, a sketch or a, who knows what I was getting. Oh, I'm going to want the On the Farm stickers. I don't know if I have those handy. I might need to put y'all on hold at some point and then go get stickers to finish this off. Okay, on the last one, I didn't go across, and I have a little extra paper, but it's wider, so I don't know what I want to do here. Oh, I could use this one right here, tie that together, and then put that across. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's wait and see. And then down here, I had this 4-inch piece. I really need a little side table for when I'm scrapbooking, and I can put all this on it. I've had one, but then it gets stuff piled on it. So let's do this right here, because he's going to go down here. So I think I want this to be a 6-inch wide piece. I'll be so excited when the new photo trimmer comes out later this summer. Just a few more weeks. And I can use my little photo trimmer to cut these smaller pieces of paper. So here's my sketch. I had a little piece right here. This was 4 inches tall. This is 5 inches tall. I think I'm going to put a piece right here. Well, let's wait and see how big the other picture, this picture, needs to be right here on some of this. So this will also be 4-inch. I do kind of like the chickens. The chicken side is less less dramatic, so maybe I'll, even though there are no chickens in this petting zoo, I could do this at 4.5. Maybe we'll use the chicken side. I think I had that, and then there was a contrasting strip on that. Oh, I could even use the contrasting strip right here. Could be that other piece. That might work. So this piece I'm going to have, let's do a whole inch of this one. It's 5 inches, but I'll cut it to 4. I'll go right there. I will say that following an existing idea is a lot faster. All right, he can go on there. So if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to use like a piece of pattern paper for the background. You could just build this right on your page or on a piece of solid cardstock. I just happen to have this, this paper. Maybe I want the flower. I'm kind of like, I like the yellow too. I don't know. I might wait and put that part on later. And I think I am going to go ahead and assemble the photos on this side before I finish up the other side. The other side's going to be a little harder for me just because I don't know exactly what's going to go here. So thanks to my friend Renee, who is the one that used the On the Farm for some petting zoo pictures and gave me this idea. I didn't realize that the next thing I had coming up was going to be this petting zoo section. And it's still in my brain. I can still remember what we talked about. So it's a great way to use this paper for, you know, like I say, a city girl that doesn't really spend much time on farms. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think I'll do Michelle by herself in these three. And then I'll put mine over on the other side, the one that I'm in. And I am going to use my ruler just to find the middle so that I can get my circles kind of evenly spaced right here. So here's the 0 line. Oh, look, there's a line, a grid line right there. That's going to make it so easy for me to line that up straight-ish. It is really nice that this has a grid on it. That's helping me not only to position it vertically, but to make sure that my lines are straight right here. So this one's on the 2-inch line, number 2-inch line. I'm centering it on that line. So then these are just centered on the page like that. Now we'll decide, oh, I really do want this picture. Now we'll decide where to put these guys. One, that's not the same guy, I don't think. We'll do these two up here and then these three. No, I think I need one of these over here. I'll put that one. Nope, this one here. And this one here. These are my little 2-inch squares. One of the things I like to do when I'm looking at layouts on, you know, Facebook or Instagram, Pinterest is easy because you can just pin them. But other places, I like to screenshot them. And then when I'm going to look for an idea, all I have to do is look at my screenshots folder, which, you know, has a lot fewer things in it because it's just the screenshots. So maybe that will go right there. We'll put those down right there. I think I'll put this here instead of having a vertical. Looks like that did go all the way across on the other, but if I do that, and then I can put us right there. Oh, that works. I might need to put a mat around that guy, which is going to be a little bit tricky because I used the biggest circle already. Okay, we'll put this here. And then maybe I'll even put another, whatever I used there. I guess I could do this one right here too. And I think I'll have enough to do all of, you know, all these yellow stripes down here and tie it together. Oh, I could use the red as a circle mat for this. So this is going to go right here. Put this down. I need to find one more horizontal photo to put on here. And then this is theoretically should be exactly an inch. And theoretically that should be 1.5 inches if I've measured everything right. I think I'm going to cut this one down to 4 first. And then I'm going to cut this at 1 inch, which is a hard measurement to cut on here because the little paper holder piece covers it up. But I can see the line right there. Didn't cut it quite straight. Darn it. Okay, that one I can tuck underneath and nobody will ever know that I didn't get it straight because it was so skinny. I should have used my big trimmer. All right, but nobody's ever going to know because I tucked the crooked part behind, and this one I'm going to see if it'll fit, and if I need to trim off the edge, I will. Yeah. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. It does kind of go just a smidge off the edge right there, so it'll be easy to. I went off the edge with the tape runner too. Just fold that back. Okay. It is coming together. And it hasn't taken a really long time. I'm liking that a lot. I still have room for several more pictures of the animals, which will be nice. I will not be able to do like a whole 4x6 or 5.3 or whatever. Oops, I spaced these too much. In this space, I'll have to cut them down. I think I had them at 4.5 or even 4 inches on my original. If you do 4 inches, it's nice because you can use either horizontal or vertical pictures and just make them fit. So, all right, that's right there. And this is going to go here, and I need to decide what color. Do I want to do it in the yellow? Is that the color I want my little border to be, or do I want it to be in the red? I think the red is going to blend in more. The yellow will make it really jump. But maybe I want it to jump. I think I'm going to use the yellow. So the problem now is that we did the 3.5 inch circle here, and the next size is going to be the 4 inch circle, which is going to give us a whole, like, more than a 1/4 inch mat all the way around. So I think I'm going to pull out my circle cutter. And that's what makes this so nice, is that you can use it for other things. So I'm going to just measure this using the 0 center. It's 3 3/8. So I really want like 3 3.5. So I'm going to go to where it's the 3.6 on this, because it doesn't have the doesn't have normal measurements. 2, 4, 6. So we're going to do 3.6 on here. I'm going to cut the mat, and hopefully you've seen my demos of the circle cutter, but by seeing where this little push button piece goes, I can see where the blade is going to be so that I can be frugal with my paper. And I'm going to push in. Oops. It's harder at these smaller sizes. Yep, there we go. That's exactly the size I want. I'm still not sure if it's the color I want, but we'll put it on here and see. Oh yeah, I think that works with the yellow. So we'll stick this down. Kind of the hardest part of any scrapbook project is coming up with the idea in the first place. I do like these little flowers. I might need to do something with them, but I don't know what. Coming up with the idea. There's my little string. And actually that's not centered on there. Once I have the idea, putting it together, well, sometimes you guys have seen that sometimes I put it together and it's a hot mess, but usually once I come up with the idea, I can just move forward with it. All right. I am liking this, liking it a lot. So I like this one that has the cast member in it. I don't know if we can cut off enough. We can maybe cut it that way to leave the cast member in. This one where she said they're eating a snack. Got this guy. I like this one where he's eating a snack. Kind of might be nice to have only animals along the bottom. I feel like we've done that one. Got that guy. I don't think I'm going to use this one with the other people. Picture of me taking a picture, kind of like that one. But this one is not the right width. If I'd have to cut this narrower. I do like this, having this cast member in there, and I think I can cut that to fit. Put these two little guys right there. Or I want these little antelope-y things. I haven't used them yet. Let's see if we can cut this down short enough. Just to be 3.5. We'll just cut the top of her head off. Not her face or anything. I just cut the top of her hair. So I think that's okay, and it can fit right here. Y'all, this is awesome. I'm not going to have very much to trim out at all. I didn't have to search for paper. I didn't have to dig for anything. And now I think this is 5 inches, so I think I'm going to make all of these 4 inches wide, and that way I can keep this one. I'll trim what I can off of it. Maybe I'll put this one on the bottom. And then this one, and then I can make this one skinnier. So I'll make this one 4 inches. I'll cut a little bit of his. I like the little twig things that he's eating from. So I think I'm going to cut a little bit of his back side off so that I can have the little twigs. And then I'm going to cut some of this like that. So he'll be right here. And then this piece, I'm going to stick these down. Where'd my ruler go? I just had it. Oh, there it is, under the pictures. So I have a picture that can be about 2 1/4 inches tall, and this guy will fit perfectly in there. 2 1/4 inches tall by 4 inches. I'll even do it this way, because I've got some of these other animals on the little bridge thing up here. I'll leave them on. Oh, I didn't have those other animals, these guys. I've got these several times, so we're going to go back to this one. We're going to do 2 1/4, and they'll get to be in the middle by 4. I think I like the small one in the middle. Maybe. Yeah, I like the small one in the middle. And I think this might be 3.5-ish. And so it kind of ties along with these. And I'll do the top and the bottom ones first, and then put the middle one in. Okay, that's been fun. I'm happy with this. However, I don't have the stickers. I have them. They're over at my studio, and I'm at home. So I am going to have to run over there and get them and come back later on and finish this up. So I've got to go out in a little bit anyway. So we're going to go to this point, and then I'm going to, you'll never know because, you know, magic of video. I'll be right back. But I'm going to go find the stickers that go with this, and yeah, we'll finish it up. And I think I think it's called Affection Section. It's not called the Petting Zoo. It's called the Affection Section. It's actually called Affection Section at Rafiki's Planet Watch. So I might put that whole thing. That's a lot of stickers though. But we'll figure that out once we get some little embellishment stickers on here. And I'm kind of thinking that these are going to need a little pen outline, if not the yellow circles around all three of these. What do you think? Do they need the yellow circles? They might need the yellow circles. And now this is set to the right size, so it wouldn't be that hard for me to cut those yellow circles. So I'm going to leave this. I'll think about it while I'm running over to get the stickers, and then by the time I come back, I'll have decided what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll be right back. So I'm back with the stickers from On the Farm. I'm not actually sure how well these are going to work. I do have kind of the little sheep, which could be cute, but all of this is farm. I could maybe use Home on the Range. That could be kind of cute, maybe right there. Fresh Air and Sunshine. These are a lot of, you know, specific. I could use the animals, the sheep, the little horse, the cow, I guess. And I really like this little fence. And I'm wondering if I could put the fence like right along here. Oops. I don't know how it's going to work as far as like covering up the photos. I think that's actually really cute. If I just did the fence right along here. It does cover up a little bit of the, like the feet, but I think it's okay. I think it's nothing too urgent. And then I think here, I'll just go to here because we have this vertical piece right here. And also I'll just cut this across. And I don't know why I'm trying to save all these little tiny squares. The odds of me using them for something else are not huge, but I can't not save them. So I'm going to start on this end. And go this way. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I like that little fence. And I will save this little piece in case I want to use it for something else down the line, which, you know, I probably won't, but actually came out of this side, didn't it? I'm not going to use the little plant. I'm going to have to go to like a food farm for some of this. Do I want to use this Home on the Range? I like these circles, and maybe I will use this right here with some foam squares, of course, because I do like foam squares. And I've mentioned this before, but if you're worried about this being super sticky, you can like de-stickify it. There's lots of different ways. Even just touching it with your fingers, or, you know, I often will just put it like on the leg of my jeans a few times. But when you've got enough foam squares, I don't think you're not too much at risk of it sticking itself down. Although I might put a couple these. You guys know I tend to go a little bit overboard with foam squares. But I don't want the sticker to stick down and, you know, then then the whole thing isn't popped up. So I'll just do these little tinies right here. And the foam squares are super sticky. So once you put this down, you gotta You gotta mean it. Kind of need something right there too. I should have left the background on, and then I could have played around with this. All right, so I do want to do what we talked about with affection section at Rafiki's Planet Watch, and maybe I'll use white for that, and maybe I'll use green sticker letters for affection section. I hope that will fit. Ooh, Farm Friends could go too. This one's cute. It's like the little, what's that story? There's a story with those little animals. Now that's gonna have to come down here. Maybe in these. Oh, I could cover up those people by doing Farm Friends right here. I think I'm gonna wait on this one. Actually, I'll put some foam squares on it, and then we can move it around because I'm not gonna peel off the backings yet. So that makes this sticker now portable. Not portable, but whatever that is. I mean, I can move it around, you know, to kind of get maybe that. Okay, let me get my ABCs out and put my title down, and then I'll come back. And I do think I want to use some of these little animals down here, the little sheep, but I don't know where. Maybe, oh, I should put them behind the fence, huh? Maybe. Okay, but let's do the title because I know I know what I'm doing for that, and then I can come back and figure out the rest of this. I pulled out all of these sticker letters in the colors that I have, and I'm not real sure. We don't have brown. We have a brown, like a script letter, but I don't really love the script letters, and I don't often use them. The red is too red. The yellow is like yellow on yellow. The green is too green. The blue isn't anywhere else on this layout, but it's in here, and I kind of like the blue. And of course we could do white, although there's not really any white in this layout, but I'm gonna have to do white for this part with these letters, the sans serif letters. Or I could do black, which I probably should have pulled those out too. Oh wait, are these, oh, these are brown. I don't want brown. On brown is gonna be too much. There's the white that I'm gonna need to use right there. So I think it's gonna have to be white. White letters up there. Not really what I was hoping for, but let's see. Do the stickers have a little bit of a white border, so that's gonna be okay. All right, so I'm gonna do the white sticker letters. I'm gonna use my ruler to position it, and you guys have seen me do that 100 times. So I will put those on and then come back. Here we have a dilemma because I'm trying to write out affection section and I'm out of F's. Each of these sheets only has 2 F's, and I've used both of them from this one and both of them from the other one, and I don't really want to grab another pack of stickers. So I'm going to modify this little letter E to be an F. And that's one of the things I often like to do. If you look at the E, maybe I'll put the F under here, and I can just see how to modify. I'll do it like that. I'll put the F on top and I'll put the E underneath just to kind of see that all I'm going to need to do is cut a little piece of this leg off right here. So if I just go like that, there's my second F. So I don't know, do other people do this? Do you modify? And it's not quite like the edges are slightly rounded on the other. So I guess I'll just use my little microchips and just barely nip that little corner off, and then it's going to be almost identical. I mean, I can kind of tell by looking, but in a week I'm going to have forgotten this, so I'm going to go ahead and put these guys down about right here. I kind of started this one on this side, I'll start that one on that side and just kind of offset it so that there's maybe, you know, this is about 1/4 inch from the side, so I'll start this one about 1/4 inch from the side. I'm lining it up with my ruler. Oh, I want it to be down one more because I want it to just have that one gap, and then I'll just again position with my ruler and get these all in. And I don't stick them down all the way because I can't necessarily get them exactly straight, and like right here these are too close together. So I'll just kind of gently position them until I get them the way I want them, and then I will, yeah. And then I'll, you know, finesse it and get it just how I want it. I'm coming back in with another little building an alphabet because I've run out of A's, and I'm trying to write Rafiki's Planet Watch, so I need an A, but I think I can take the E. Yeah. And put it kind of upside down. It's a lot like the A. All right, so it's a lot like the A, but it needs a little tail. But I trimmed off the L. They do this weird thing with the L that has a little tail, and I don't like the tail. So I trimmed off the tail, and I always just stick them to my fingers. Where did I stick? Oh, it's still on here. So I'm just going to take this little piece of the L and put it here. I'll put it underneath, just to create that letter A. So I'm back with another little corrective thing. I've run out of A's on both of my sheets of the sans serif letters, but I have lots of E's, and the E is very similar in shape to the A. All right, it just doesn't have this little tail. So I have this little piece right here that I cut off the L. They make the L's have this weird little leg, and I think it looks funny. So I always cut it off. So I've got it saved on there, and I think that if I just do this right here, and if I had my multi-purpose tool, that would probably be better, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna kind of carefully finesse this little piece of the A, and I think that looks just like the A. So there's always ways. Oh, now I'm out of T's. Maybe, oh, this one has T's. Phew. There's always ways that you can build letters, build a letter from another, you know, not always ways. I mean, at some point it does get harder, but there are often ways where you can take one of the letters that you have more of and turn them into the letters that you don't have enough of. All right, I'm going to just kind of press this down so that it goes together, and I don't think anybody's ever going to notice that. I mean, I can see it. If you get in there close enough, you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it, and it's not quite straight, but you know, it's straight enough. One more thing I wanted to show you is that early on I was coloring these sans serif letters and said it didn't work because the ink would rub off, but that was weeks and weeks ago, and the ink is totally fine on here now. So maybe if you give it enough time, you can see that the collegiate letters are a matte finish letter and the sans serif are a glossy. And even this one where I used it with the shimmer pen and I said, oh, it didn't work, now it looks kind of shimmery. And apparently patience is my problem with a lot of these things, and not that the technique itself doesn't work. Okay, so I do think that the white letters look nice. I don't think I'm done with this layout. I do think this needs to be maybe down here or down here. And of course we got that whole rule of 3 thing going on. So I need to figure out where I'm going to put my little goats and the little animals. Maybe these two could go right here. So one of the things I learned from my friend Debbie Martin, as we've been doing the Savvy Scrapbookers, you know, we divvy up all the pieces ahead of time so we, you know, so that we don't duplicate. And what she does is she just cuts up her sticker strip. I think Noreen maybe does this too. It was really hard for me the first time because then I don't have a pretty sticker strip, but that way I can arrange these things. Oh, look at the little baby cow. I can arrange these things on the layout without them sticking, and it just gives me that opportunity. See, I don't really want him here, but that might be too big. I don't want it right there. Maybe I do need the tiny cow. I can't really use the tiny cow with the chicken because the scale is wrong, but I don't need the chicken because I didn't see any chickens. or chicks, baby chicks. And a little goat. And a pig. We did see pigs, but I don't think I got any pictures of pigs. Actually, this is the sheep right here, and these are the goats. But I think I'm just going to put these little guys down here by their big friends. And it's funny because usually I say if you've got pictures of cows, you don't need cow stickers. But it is kind of fun to have the stickers. I don't want these too close together. I don't want them to be headbutting each other. Oh, and see, I got these guys touching the bottom and that guy's floating in space. So I need to make sure that he's not levitating above the ground right here. Oh, sticky. I got to make sure that I cover up the parts where I ripped off the paper. So I got those little animals along the bottom. I think that's not too much. And then I've got this one. Maybe I'll put this up here, but I feel like I still need something down here, another little circle. I could do the hey y'all. That would probably work. That way just do the 3 stickers, the 3 circle stickers. And all the little middles of the letters are still sticking to me, even though I tried to pull them all off. All right, so I think I'm going to put hey y'all down here. And I'll put Farm Friends up here in the middle. And I think, oh, I need to journal a little bit, but there's not really a lot to say except Michelle loves the animals. So I'm going to journal right there. You know, even though she's a grown-up now, Michelle still loves the animals. Put right there. Okay. So let me journal. I don't think I'm going to have to trace around this with a pen. I think it pops really nicely. I'm just going to journal right here, and I think that we will be done. Here you go. This is the end. I've turned out my lights, so hopefully there's no glare on any of the pictures. I did for half a second think, oh, I should do like some little stitch lines or something to make this look like a quilt. You know, that's a problem that I have is I go too far, but I think it's done. I love that the inspiration layout for this was an old layout that I made, you know, 10 years ago. I think it looks completely different than the original layout, which I guess I can just quickly put in right here in the video. All right, thank you for letting me use the magic of television to do that so I don't have to actually pull the book out and show it to you, but I'll take a picture of it and insert that there. I think it looks very cute. It has a very different feeling because that one was watery and this one is a little bit more busy. I think because of the subject matter and because I did way more stickers. But I love that I was able to use on the farm. I love the little fence right here. I love the animals, the journaling, and it's very fun. So I'm super excited that while you're watching this, I will be at Disney. Today is the 4th of July. It's not while I'm recording this, but while you're, you know, the day that this is going to be showing up on YouTube is the 4th of July. Super excited to get to go to Disney to be there for Fantasy in the Sky, which is one of their original fireworks shows. They only do it on the 3rd and 4th of July and the 30th and 31st of December for New Year's, and that was enough of an excuse, plus a really good deal that my daughter was able to get now that she is working down there. So I just wrote, even though she's a grown-up, almost college graduate, Michelle still loves going to pet the animals at Rafiki's. It was really nice to have this paper with the grid on it because it really helped me make my lines straight. So thanks so much for watching. Next week I will be back at home. I mean, I don't do these live. I'm still thinking about it. Doing a live, I'm kind of leaning toward a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. Would that work? Or a Thursday? The problem with Thursday is I already do theme park Thursday. Maybe I could do a Tuesday night. So vote in the comments. Would you be willing to or interested in a YouTube live? I don't know that I would do one of my theme park videos. I might do something different. Would you rather have a Tuesday night a Thursday night or a Sunday afternoon / evening. All right. I'm in Central Time, so keep that in mind. That would be, probably be like 7 o'clock in the evening Central Time. So vote in the comments about a YouTube live. It's terrifying to think about it, but I would do it for you. So thanks a lot for watching. Happy 4th of July. Happy scrapbooking. This is layout number 38. We're going to call this affection section, I guess. Although I don't love that. Maybe we'll call it petting zoo because that's better, more of a descriptor for people. We'll call this one petting zoo. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.